Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning into my podcast, Xena Life is a Dominatrix. This is episode 68. This will be published on Tuesday, November 12th, 2024. Before I begin discussing today's topic, I just want to note that on all of my podcast episodes, you will see a link that states support the show today. And when you click on the link, it leads right to my Venmo page. So thank you all very much for tuning in, subscribing, supporting my show, and feel free to spread the word. All right, today's topic, kink shaming. Kink shaming is a big no-no in the BDSM community. Kink shaming is basically when you shame someone for having a certain sexual desire, a certain kink, and you just don't think it's normal to have that particular kink. Kink shaming is when you have the audacity to embarrass someone for their sexual preferences, their personal turn-ons, their fetish, and you believe that something is genuinely wrong with them because of their interests. Kink shaming can make people live in silence and fear of being judged. Being kink shamed. You may question your self-worth. It can cause depression or anxiety that the receiver already has about their sexuality and identity. It can negatively impact your ability to have any sex to enjoy, experience kink with a trusting partner, and may have all of your kinky desires just disappear. So, bottom line, it's not okay to shame someone for being into a particular fetish, a kink. Just stop it. It's wrong. It's negative. It's foolish. It makes you look immature. Don't be judgy. People are into what they're into, to each its own. More power to them. And if you're into a certain kink, cool. As long as it's safe, sane, and consensual. Kink shaming can lead to discrimination, bullying, or even losing your job, especially if you reveal your private life to your coworkers. So keep your business to yourself. Kink shaming can be used as a weapon against someone, and if word gets out, your friends or family might learn about this and judge you or turn their backs. Some personal friends will never turn their backs on you. That's true friendship. Or even some family, and they might have an open mind and listen to what you have to say. Or just, again, keep your business to yourself. In the past, I want to say around 10 years ago, there was a video I did, and the slave at the time, he wanted to be in the video so bad. And I tend to ask everybody who wants to be in my videos if they would like to be hooded or not. And this particular slave, he was comfortable with having his face shown in my videos. And he had a pretty powerful career. And I said, "Are you sure?" He said, "Well, if my work colleagues see me on video, then I know they're watching kinky videos." And I'll never forget that. And sure, I offer humiliation in my sessions, consensual humiliation, whether it's verbally humiliating an individual or physically humiliating an individual, like for instance, saying somebody, ha ha ha, you have a small penis, ha ha ha, that's small penis humiliation, or shaming the slave for being such a pathetic bitch. But that's all done in a safe, sane, and consensual manner. And the individuals, they really love humiliation. To each its own. I don't judge. Or more examples. Let's see. Quentin Tarantino. Sure, he's into feet. Whoopity-doo. I think all of Hollywood knows that, but good for him. Whoopity-doo, he's into feet. Woohoo. Sure, feet are attractive, women's feet. And that's what he's into, I guess. It's gossip. People like to gossip. Whoopity-doo. Or, for instance, this big time news story that's all out, the Diddy parties. Was gay sex involved? Maybe. Who knows? Freak offs, whatever they're called. Who knows? Who cares? But it's all in mainstream media. But what's not cool is the story where minors were in attendance, which is fucked up. Or Diddy being involved with sex trafficking, that's fucked up. So he has a place to stay now, in jail. Or photos of Leo DiCaprio at the Diddy parties. Whoopity-doo. If he was, enjoying sex with men or women, whoopity-fucking-doo. But mainstream media is just so obsessed with celebrities and what they're into. I mean, that's just my opinion. Whoopity-fucking-doo. They're into what they're into. But again, if minors were there, that is just so fucked up. I read that. I was like, nope. Keep Diddy in jail. And then I read that Leo DiCaprio at some party, he had his girlfriend at the time, or some girl, some woman shove a finger up his ass. Who cares? Whatever. Sometimes men just simply need to be fucked in the ass. If they want it, that's consensually, of course. And there's a ton of pleasure back there that you're just missing out on. Do you think it makes you gay if you want to be fucked in the ass? It doesn't make you gay. You just like it. It's pleasurable. Gay or straight. You like a butt plug up there. You like a finger up there. A dildo up there. Good for you. And Trump. I read the story back then where Trump, he got pissed on by a woman or women. Big deal. Who cares? It's pee. Whatever. He enjoyed being a urinal to these women or woman or whatnot. That's what he's into. Whoopity-doo. Or R. Kelly getting pissed on. Big deal. But what's fucked up? He was involved with sex trafficking. That's just totally fucked up. Or collecting pornographic material of minors. So his home is jail. That's where he belongs. That's a huge no-no. Illegal activities. Huge no-no. I had a session just yesterday night, and I thought, wow, that was intense. And I thought that was probably the most extreme thing that my slave has ever done in his life. And he's into that particular fetish. I won't say what exactly, because it's between him and I. But I thought that, wow, he really he really had to take some time to decompress after the session. He was like saying to me, wow, that just happened. Wow, that was very intense. And it was a lot of fun, and it was all safe, sane, and consensual play. And another slave a couple days ago, he had asked me, what would my friends think of me if I'm into this particular fetish? And I said, who gives a shit what they think? Who cares? Who cares? Maybe your friends are into fetish and you don't know it. Or just keep your fetish to yourself. Or if you're feeling paranoid or self-conscious, keep your fetishes and fantasies to yourself. Or, better yet, keep it between you and your dominatrix or you and your partner. I was shamed in the past, I remember. I was high school senior, 18 years old, wearing PVC pants, fishnet top with a with a band t-shirt, and I thought, oh, okay, this is my style. I like this style. So I was called a freak. I wore chain collars, still called a freak. I wore dark nail polish, dark makeup. And I'd say, why, thank you. Or I'd say, fuck you. But now it's like, if somebody calls me a freak, thank you. That's a compliment. So, bottom line, don't kink shame. It's not cool. It makes you look foolish. It makes you look immature. It makes you look less trustworthy if you do that. Another incident where I was shamed. Let's see. Let me think. Okay. So I had filmed this movie for my video company, Bizarre Cinema. And it was what was it? It was oh yes. So it was me plus 2 male slaves. And this was back in Chicago, and it was called Forced By, but now they call it Coerced By, because Clips for Sale does not like that term forced, and I understand. And basically in the scene, in the slaves, just in real life also, they really wanted to be in my videos. They really wanted to experience having a dominatrix like myself, telling both of them to orally pleasure themselves, or pleasure each other, I mean. And I thought, oh, that's so hot. That is so fucking hot. And they were bi-curious at the time. And then they thought, wow, this is really happening. I'm really doing this on cam, they were thinking. And they were both hooded. And basically the scene was 69, teaching them how to stroke one another, orally giving each other head, whatnot. But it doesn't make them gay, and I did not shame them, but it was just so hot to watch this and hot to orchestrate this scene for my video. And after the scene, one of the slaves was like, wow, that was really hot, but I would like to go and take a shower now because I feel very dirty. And I understand that. And that was actually both of their fantasies, to do that. And they fantasize about that for a very long time. And then so to this day, I have these requests from slaves like, oh, can you do that to me in my session? I say no, because that was only for film. That was only done for film. That doesn't mean I do that in my sessions. But a lot of people, they fantasize about that type of activity, coerced by. But that doesn't make them gay or bi. It's just an identity. That's just what they really enjoy, and I did not shame them for that. And actually, maybe in the video, I think I said, okay, deeper, slut, deeper. And they really enjoyed that. So it's very important to practice safe, sane, and consensual play. And even with your partner, make sure that they're comfortable with a certain fetish or what's off limits. So very important to discuss limits, what you're into, what you're not into, what your partner's not into, what your partner's into. Communication is key. Very much so. And also, for the dating scene, some men, they are on these dating websites, and they'll discuss a fetish to their personal fetish, to someone that they're dating, but they're dating. Their new girlfriend might think, oh, that's just, I'm not into that. Or, well, then that maybe perhaps see a dominatrix instead, and then go with what she's into as well. So it's very important to communicate for sure. So, but yeah, I do also remember a slave. Actually, recently, he's brand new into dating. Recently single, getting out there and dating, and he asked me, "What do you think she'll think of me if I'm into A, B, and C?" I said, "Well, you're into what you're into. If she's gonna judge you, that's not cool. It's not cool." Um, yeah, so if it's not cool to judge, it's not cool to gossip, it's not cool to kink shame. It just makes you look foolish. So, so that's my 2 cents about kink shaming. Don't do it. Big no no. And if you all have any questions about this particular topic, you're more than welcome to send me an email. And I hope you enjoyed listening to this little episode of kink shaming of episode 68, Xena Life as a Dominatrix. Kink shaming, just don't do it. All right. Y'all have a great day, and thank you all very much for tuning in and supporting the show.